Ciao y'all! So today I'm going to be talking about my first impressions of Rome as a tourist. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll have a lot of great videos for you guys coming out. So let's get started. Living in Rome has definitely changed my opinion of my tourist impression of Rome, so to speak. There are a lot of things that I thought about Rome when I was walking around the city that I want to share with you guys, because honestly, you may have thought the same things, or maybe you are looking for what to expect, and maybe I can deter you from those opinions. Honestly, I feel like I was very judgmental of Rome before I ever basically arrived in the city, just based on the simple fact that my twin sister actually got her whole purse stolen in Rome. So that is the idea of Rome that I was kind of building my perception around, I guess you can say. I really just wanted to walk through my experience with you as a tourist here, and that would be last year. I actually arrived in Rome with my American friends. We were coming from Florence on this 12-day Italian adventure. And we took the train from Florence, the Frecciarossa, which is the high-speed train from Florence to Rome, and we arrived at Termini, the main train station here in Rome. So my first thoughts when I arrived are, wow, Rome is very touristy. And I say that as a tourist myself, but walking into Termini and around just any of the sites, there are a ton of people. So if you think you're gonna get a picture by the Colosseum without having to dodge or wait in line behind like 15 people at the ideal photo location, you're sadly mistaken. Get ready to have some patience, or just get ready to bump a few people out of the way to get your ideal Instagram shot, okay? I know I had a few. Another one of my initial impressions of Rome is that it seems so dirty. And now it's funny because I don't even notice the graffiti everywhere, because there's basically graffiti everywhere in Rome. Which, I mean, coming from Stockholm, Sweden is where I stayed abroad last year, and coming from there, I never really saw too much graffiti there. Also, there was some garbage some places as well. But honestly, I don't even notice the graffiti now. And I think that's so strange, because I felt like I noticed it so much more like the 3 days I was here last year, and now I just walk past the building, I don't realize that every single door on the building has graffiti on it. But another thing to remember is that things are just old in Rome. Rome is an old city with tons of history, so it's hard to judge things by saying they're dirty without understanding the history behind every single piece of the city. Another thing is that I came to Rome with this paranoia about pickpocketing. A lot of the time, people don't realize that 95% of the time, I would say that you are able to prevent this pickpocketing thing. Why would you put your wallet in your back pocket? Why would you put your iPhone in your back pocket? Why would you put your iPhone in your pocket when you know that anyone can just reach inside, and then do it so publicly? Like, you need to just watch your belongings, keep things zipped up. If I'm carrying a purse, my phone is in there, zipped, in another zipper, zipped, and then the bag is zipped, and I'm like, so you're gonna get the phone through 3 zippers. Good luck. No, if you get it, you probably deserve it if you can unzip 3 zippers, honestly. You're skilled, you have real skills. You should put that on your resume. I can unzip 3 zippers to get an iPhone, okay? Just be smart, y'all. Like, watch your stuff and just be smart about your surroundings. Another thing that I had a first impression of Rome about is these Italian men. These guys are so straightforward, like so straightforward. Like, yes, in the US, I get a, hey little mama, how you doing? Hey boo, hey all this stuff. Yes, I get that. But something about being in Rome, it is like, so like thirsty. Okay, I can't say thirsty. That won't translate, but if you don't know what thirsty means, go to Urban Dictionary and look it up. But like, my first impression of Rome is that I cannot walk down the street. I'm like, ciao Bella, I'm walking down the street like these people think I'm Beyonce. I'm navigating to the Pantheon on my iPhone, and I'm not listening to anything in the surroundings, but all I'm hearing is ciao Bella. I'm like, do we turn right or left? I don't know, but this is all I can hear. Nothing against the Italian men, you know, it's kind of flattering, but like I was just trying to get to the Pantheon, y'all. One older man at a restaurant even tried to recruit me for his son. Keep in mind, I have no idea who his son is, what his son looks like. I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I cannot deal. Non posso. Another thing I thought about Rome as one of my first impressions was that it kind of makes you feel like your life and your lifespan is really insignificant. When you think about the fact that this Colosseum is like 2,000 years old, maybe I'm just very mathematical and engineer, but I'm like, okay, so what's the average life expectancy? Let's just say 85 years. How many people, how many generations, how many people have walked in these steps? Like, I guess I get super analytical about these things. I just think, wow, what an amazing city to have all of these things that are surrounding you and it's the charm. It's the fact that these things are still standing after 2,000 plus years. It's difficult to not think about how many people have walked in your shoes, how many people have looked at the Colosseum, how many people have explored Rome. It's really overwhelming when you think about it. And it's just something I really, really enjoyed whenever I visited Rome the first time. And I'm just so happy to call it home now. So of course you have the charm of Rome, and it's the beauty and all of the ancient and historical buildings. It's the package of everything in Rome that makes Rome so amazing. And honestly, from my first impressions, it has developed so much further than that. Now that I live in this city, it's now become one of the cities that I have fallen in love with. So guys, don't let your first impressions change how you feel or you might feel in the future. I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao, y'all.